I'm going to give it to you. That'll be $1.
Why? Just because you might live your life being treated like a doormat and let people walk all over you doesn't mean everyone else needs to live that way. Again, this is not an item that they offer on their menu. They don't need to bend over backwards and get spit on by a rude customer and then satisfy that request with a smile on their face. It's not bad for business to decline a douchebag like this.
That is the intelligent, effective way to handle a situation. Moist Critical is giving you very bad advice. If you take his brain-rotted advice, which is the advice I would expect from an entitled Twitch streamer, that is disaster.
This statement right here had me giggling and flared up my acid reflux because of how lacking in the self-awareness department it was. He called me an entitled Twitch streamer, thus expected this take from me. Meanwhile, he has the gall to proudly, publicly defend this loser who is freaking out because he didn't get the pup cup he believed he was entitled to, and he is so upset about that he is now trying to bully the establishment into serving it to him because he believes he deserves it. You goober, do you not recognize that you are actually defending textbook entitlement? Meanwhile, I am actively arguing against it, saying that entitlement is bad and unacceptable. How can you not piece this together? How are these dots not connecting in your brain?
You have to make that person feel special. It's why Chick-fil-A does so phenomenally well. Doesn't matter what time of day you go to Chick-fil-A, the person there is always going to make you feel special. They're going to make you feel nice. That's the purpose. Doesn't matter how they're feeling. Doesn't matter what they may be going through, because at the end of the day, you're at a job. This fat, obnoxious old black lady made everything worse.
Jesus Christ. Yikes. I cut out a bit of his rant here where he was trying to educate me on how businesses work. Retail is a people business. You gotta be good with people for it to succeed. And then he goes into why Chick-fil-A is successful. He gave us the secret formula there. The reason Chick-fil-A is successful, according to this individual, is because the workers are nice. I guess that's the only reason. Is that really the only reason? I mean, yeah, the Chick-fil-A workers are always super sweet, but if the food sucked, the business wouldn't be around very long. Because you still need a good product. And it's not like in this video, the workers did anything wrong. He takes a huge issue with the manager here for some reason, when she did absolutely nothing wrong. She just said no to a customer's request for an item that they don't normally offer, which she has every right to do, and should do. You shouldn't be encouraging customers to just come make all kinds of requests from your business for things that you don't actually have or normally do. That opens yourself up to a lot of problems. Like, it's not like anything was done wrong or unprofessionally. She handled it very well. She didn't raise her voice, didn't change her tone, wasn't disrespectful. And yet still somehow, this guy is portraying her as some kind of villain. And that they're not good at interacting with people. What they should have done is offered this guy a fucking cock massage as well, on top of giving him 10 pup cups. It's like, what are you talking about? This man is delusional. Absolutely delusional.
Now, if some kids start pouring food on the floor and throwing milkshakes and acting a damn fool, then you can get upset. This guy was merely asking for an item, was a bit frustrated because he had gotten this item before and for some reason you're denying him, and then you go to threatening the police. If you're like critical and you think that that's a good idea, that's an appropriate way, you're retarded and you have no business being in any sort of industry.
Goodness gracious, with the way that this guy talks about the Pup Cup Crusader, I have to wonder if they're related or if they're dating or something, because he is so sweet and cuddling to this asshole who was literally yelling in the video, but he just keeps saying, oh, you know, he was mildly frustrated, which is understandable because he came to this establishment in the past and got served the Pup Cup, and now he got mysteriously denied, so he was mildly irritated, which is not at all what happened. Like, you just have to watch the video that's being talked about, and you'll see that he's not just mildly frustrated or something. And if you watch the video, you'll know the reason the cops were called is because he refused to move after being told no for the 1000th fucking time. And if this guy's not gonna move, what else are you supposed to do? You can't run a business when this guy is literally blocking it from being, you know, actively engaged with. And again, not everyone likes to be disrespected and walked all over. So I think it's perfectly reasonable to have this guy trespass. Or even better, going and buying his own whipped cream so he can make...
When I made my shorts. But I figured Charlie was going to say the exact same thing. Because here's the thing. Why are you wasting all of your time? He literally... I'm sure there was like a convenience store or something down the road. And even if the store was like 10 minutes away, that's still saving you so much more time than shoving the camera in the lady's face, which I thought she was freaking out. No. She was pretty calm in that situation. She seems like a good manager. She seems like a very good manager. But, like, make your own pup cup if they don't offer it.
And when she started freaking out and making the situation worse, and by the way, that woman should be fired.
Really? Escalating it and making it worse? I'm sorry, that idiot made it worse when he shoved that camera in her face and yelled at her and plastered her face all over the web. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know she was going to be attacked. She has 1,000 different things going through her mind. He's the idiot who did all that. I've had people try to fight me because I was following company policy and counting the money change 4 times. So miss me with this nonsense. And to say that she needs to lose her job because she's a detriment to business because she didn't provide a cup filled with whipped cream? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh no.
You were that this guy was mild.
There's a genre of content that I've made for quite a while, pretty often, where I'm insulting
Still don't get why I'm not on the board.
If there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that this tooth, this one right here, that little bastard, is about 1 centimeter taller than the other teeth on that bottom row. And now, anytime you see my mouth open, you won't be able to unsee it. You're welcome. And the other thing you really need to know about me is that I cannot stand when people cause problems for customer service workers, in particular, fast food employees. I've made countless videos shitting on narcissists that are fishing for clout by exploiting fast food employees for views on TikTok or YouTube through pranks or just being a general nuisance, just a hemorrhoid on society. They're just normal people and they're getting paid minimum wage to deal with the most insufferable people on the planet. Just truly degenerate assholes, and my heart breaks for them. Fast food workers get abused more than a fleshlight. It sucks. And over the last week or so, there's been a new trend that has really blown up that once again just treats these human beings as if they're just NPCs, props for their TikTok and YouTube Shorts videos. It's filming your Chipotle order being made by the Chipotle worker.
I'll get a bowl. Yeah, prefer to go. I'll get white rice with that.
The idea is they're going to give you more food because they're on camera. And it spawned because people were starting to talk about Chipotle portion sizes being smaller than they used to be, which for the record I do believe. That is a conspiracy theory I'll put on the full tinfoil condom for, because I do think that's accurate, no matter how much the CEO likes to dance around in delusion and pretend that that's not the facts of it. I do think it is true. I used to get a Chipotle burrito after every lift in college, and I had innumerable Chipotle burritos, and over the last 3 or 4 years I've been very vocal about the quality of the food going down, in my opinion, and definitely, like, when I get burritos now, it's significantly less than I remember it being back then. But I also think that's just kind of the industry norm, because I think the same thing about many other fast food places as well. But anyway, someone on TikTok came up with a cure to this small portion disease, and it was to just film these workers doing their job and kind of give them a bit of a hard time and nudge them on camera to give them more food. And this started to really pop off because a lot of people noticed that, oh, when they're being filmed, they give you more food. So that's the cheat code. That's the life hack.
We'll do pinto beans with that.
Pinto beans, any protein for you?
We'll do chicken, please. We need some more chicken in that. Gonna fire on your ass. Put that chicken in there.
This one is by far the worst I've seen from this trend here. This guy went in there looking to start shit. He's immediately aggressive and confrontational. The guy hadn't even put the fucking spoon fully into the chicken bowl there before he said, no, need more chicken. He's there to stir a controversy for the sake of his video. And he is just shoving the camera down this guy's throat. If the worker had bent over, the camera guy here would have given him a full-blown fucking colonoscopy. He is right up in his business to just be this insufferable douchebag that's hassling him for the sake of this video that he's filming. Now, it's filmed from another angle, but I can't find that full video. I can only find this one through Twitter.
We need some veggies. Get some green veggies. Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more. No problem. Straight up. Oh, they gonna have to hold me accountable.
When he was asked pretty politely to just stop putting the camera in this guy's face, not even asked to stop filming, by the way, just asked to, like, hey, maybe don't be up in this guy's nutsack with your camera, he immediately starts yelling about it. He's immediately throwing a fucking temper tantrum. Even though it was a super reasonable request, because look at how close he's getting to this guy. He is leaning over the counter to get as close as possible. It's like he's going in for a kiss, like he's trying to fucking make out with the guy here.
That'll be all. And if you got problems, I'll fire your ass off. Hold me accountable. You gonna have to hold me accountable.
Sir, this is Chipotle's. Why are you yelling and screaming? Why are you hooting and hollering here? Goodness gracious, it's like a hostage situation here. The worker did everything you asked. Leave them alone. All they requested is that you take the camera out of that guy's mouth. They didn't even ask that you stop filming, even though they should have. They should have walked over and slapped that fucking phone right out of your hands, douchebag. That's what should have happened. But it didn't. You still got to have your TikTok video, and you're still huffing and puffing about it. It's incomprehensible to me. Even when people who did this trend weren't harassing the worker making their food, I still don't like it. I think it is still dog shit. You're just being a nuisance to just average everyday people just going about their lives. They're getting paid minimum wage to make your food, and you're making it a huge headache for them by putting them on camera when I know for a fact they don't want to be. The reason you're getting more food shouldn't be some kind of mystery. The reason is because no one wants to deal with being shamed online. It's not like these people are just drones, AI, that are cut off from the rest of the world. These people have access to the internet, same as you. They know what this trend is. And they know if they give you anything less than fucking colossal proportions that could feed a family of 8, then they're going to get insulted in your TikTok video. So obviously they play along with it. Like, it shouldn't be surprising that you do get more food when you film the workers here and put this big spotlight on them. Because now you've turned it into a huge song and dance, and they want to do everything possible to avoid a negative situation with their life here that you have now thrust upon them for your own, TikTok or YouTube short. I think it sucks. I think it has sucked from the very beginning. I don't like that the portion sizes at Chipotle have shrunk, obviously. But what I would never do is blame the workers for it. They're not making the corporate decisions for the portion sizing or anything like that. And if you do get less than you want, you can politely ask if you can have, like, another scoop or something. Like, that's just normal socialization 101. You don't have to resort to the nuclear option here.
And that ain't no issue. Anybody in here can get it. Straight up. You can call the police. I ain't break no law. Wait, what? Why you lying like police?
This guy's fuming so hard that he immediately gave himself amnesia and forgot that he just threatened the entire restaurant. She said, all right, I'm gonna call the police because you're threatening people. He's like, you're fucking lying! Who did that? Where? When did that happen? You're telling a fib. That's a tall tale. And I don't appreciate it, Buster. Even though, literally 5 seconds ago, he just threatened the entire restaurant for some reason. He's just having a full-blown voice-cracking conniption here in front of the entire Chipotle for this trend. And I still don't even know what there is to be mad about. He got big portions on his bowl. Mission accomplished. And he successfully made everyone in that restaurant's day a little bit worse. Yippee. Wahoo. That's great. So yeah, overall, I think that this filming Chipotle workers trend is garbage. I think it is just trash. I could bring up countless other examples because it's become such a viral hit here, but they're all so annoying. They're not nearly as bad as this one. This one is by far the worst I have seen so far. The only ones that I somewhat appreciate are the ones where the Chipotle worker gives them significantly less food because they're filming. I fuck with that. I think that's great. That should be the gold standard going forward here. You come in and you start filming the workers, well, I hope you enjoy 5 tiddlywinks of rice and 1 little glob of chicken. And that's it. Put a smile on your face and get the fuck out. But anyway, yeah. Don't like the trend. Hopefully the trend is over soon. That's about it. See ya.
Data threshold reached. Rendering assistance.
Awaiting SS's last hurt. Right.
A quiet afternoon at the Clovis Carver Public Library is destroyed when the pulverizing sounds of gunfire ring out through the bookshelves. In an instant, an ordinary day for dozens of people is twisted into a terrifying encounter with horrifying violence. Police must face that grim threat themselves if they're to stop a deranged teenager driven to kill by an incomprehensible motive.
I have church tonight at 6.
On the afternoon of August 28, 2017, a lone figure dressed in black walks up to the front doors of the public library in Clovis, New Mexico. Instead of going directly into the library, the young man circles back to use the restroom. His movements are quiet for now, but he had much to say only minutes earlier when he recorded an ominous message before leaving his house.
By the time you're watching this, the deed would have already been done. And by the deed, I'm not sure what it is yet. I'm just gonna go trolley along, find something to do. First off, I'm gonna say I'm sorry to anyone that's gonna be affected by this. This is a tough subject. I want to say I'm sorry to my family. Just remember happier times. I'm sorry to my girlfriend. I wanted to marry you, and I love you a lot. I just couldn't take it. This was all my idea. No one made me do this. No one made me want to do this. It was just me being mad. So I don't want my family to be punished in any sort of way.
The young man says more in his pre-recorded manifestos, and we'll hear his disturbing message soon. For now, in the moments before he unleashes his cruel violence, he takes a final picture for Snapchat. The final seconds before Nathaniel opens fire are almost ominous in their normalcy. Please be advised that the following footage is highly intense. However, the CCTV footage does not show anyone being physically harmed or injured. A lucky few are able to escape through a side door, and one heroic woman is careful to make sure she rescues an oblivious bystander before getting as far away from the library as possible. But back inside the library, many are still trapped in a living hell. A family hiding behind the information desk decides they can no longer wait for this nightmare to be over. In response to the screams for help, a man outside calls 911 as he walks into the library to rescue his wife and child trapped inside.
I'm at the library as soon as they're quiet shooting. There's 2 people laying dead up.
The scene playing out at the Clovis Carver Public Library is unimaginable in its terror and carnage. But help is on the way, even as the shooter paces from room to room, stalking his victims like prey. Police are descending on the building. Once the police are inside, the dreaded unknown lurks around every corner and behind every door. No one in the library is beyond suspicion.
Put your hands up where I can see them. Good. No. Good. We got two right here. Step away from the door. Step away from the door. Do it now. Go, go. Step away. Step away. Step out. Come out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Get out. You don't know who, you know who's shooting? No, we don't. Okay. He was in there the whole while. Get back in there. Get back in there and stay. Close the door and lock it. Don't let anybody else in. Okay, stay right there.
The officers can't afford to let their guards down for an instant, and they're taking no chances.
I'm going in. Go. Hey, police! Show me your hands. It's police. Police, come here. Come here. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Out, out, out. Come on. Yeah. Get in. Right over there. Clear. Right. I got Charles back. Secure them. All right, put your hands on your back. Okay, all right. This is protocol, okay? Which way to go?
Right there to the left. That way.
To the left? That way to the left. Over there.
Over there.
Hispanic dude, black dude,
Not even white guy.
It's an unusual sight to see police handcuffing potential victims, but at this point, they have very little to go on. With that in mind, an officer asked two witnesses who provide critical information.
The guy on the ground? Does that look like him?
No.
No?
He was skinny. He was young. He had a hat.
Look at him. Come look at him. Come look at his face.
Wait.
Come over this way. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come look. Hurry. Is that him?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I believe it.
Okay, you'll go. Just wait right over there. We got it.
Jesus, shock. It's a fire.
Don't touch it. Why? We're gonna clear it.
That way, I think.
The shooter is handcuffed and lying on the floor beside the information desk. Shortly before police arrived, he walked up to Lupe Aguirre, the man who called 911, with a little smile and told him to hang up the phone. Aguirre told the young man that the cops were right behind him, at which point the shooter walked back to the library's main room to surrender.
Go. Something right there. Put your hand. Keep your hand. Anybody else? Come in.
Less than 5 minutes pass between the opening gunfire and the shooter's capture, but it's been long enough to create a tragic and chaotic scene. Police at the rear of the building still don't know if they have the right guy in custody or if he's the only one at large.
Excuse me, sir. Are you here with somebody? Okay, if I can, let me get you on the other side of the street for now, all right? Let me see your hands. Get on the other side of the street. Okay. Why don't you maintain a position there at the dumpster? Make sure nobody's coming around the building or outside on that side where they're not going to be coming behind me. Also, keep a visual just around the area.
As officers outside work to keep the building secure, Police inside the library struggle to get a handle on the nerve-wracking situation still in progress.
Stay right there, okay? Stay right there, you're all right.
I'm scared.
Stay with him.
Ambulance corner of 7th and Main. Got a small child injured.
That enforcement stone's right there. Is that law enforcement?
Which door? Excuse me. I need you guys to go ahead and cross the street, get on the other side of that police unit. Just be careful with the traffic, okay? Get on the other side of that police unit, use that car for cover.
Back inside, officers are still exercising extreme caution.
Put your hands up. Keep your hands up. Anybody else? How many? We got one that way. That's what I was trying to grab. No, let's go.
A whole fucking recording for this shit.
I'm gonna look left. Okay?
Traffic on Main.
Stay down. Keep your hands out where I can see them, okay?
As police carefully sweep the library, ideas about a second shooter begin to fade.
We still looking for one? No, we have one. There's not two.
Only one individual has caused this carnage. He'll do plenty of talking before the day is through, and much of what he says will be appalling in light of this shocking crisis. In the meantime, there are still many aspects of this emergency to contend with. First responders must sweep the entire library, get the shooter to the police station, and most importantly, tend to the victims.
He's in the closet. Hey, watch this guy. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Scott, which closet? Scott, which closet, Scott? I'm coming, just go. What are you in? Hang tough, bud.
The woman being led out of the back closet is Jessica Thrawn, an assistant librarian who has been shot in the shoulder. Jessica is married to an officer on the force.
Thrawn, man. What's up, man? His wife? Who is she? Is she? Yeah. Is that right? She got one in the arm, but she's fine right now. Yeah. Yeah, tourniquet on it.
The word fine may not be the most accurate way to describe Jessica's status, but it is true that when all is said and done, she is among the lucky ones.
Well, this is my office. That door is locked from the outside, and no one came in through here. Okay. All right. I know you still need a check. We're good. We're clear back here. Can you ID her for me? That's Wanda Walters. Okay, Wanda Walters. This is Christy. Christina Carter.
Children's librarian Christina Carter and circulation assistant Wanda Walters are among the less fortunate victims that day, killed in this senseless violence. As the officers continue to rummage through the library, the number of victims in desperate need of their assistance continues to pile up.
I have elderly male, GS6 to his left arm, juvenile, GS7.
Hey, move over a little bit, get off this door.
That's the 21. I called you an elderly male with a gunshot wound to the arm. Can you 10 on the rest?
Juvenile male, GS7, left hand.
The boy being carried out is 10-year-old Noah Molina, who visited the restroom at the same time as the suspect in the chilling moments before he and his big sister were shot. These gut-wrenching scenes have some officers discussing what they may have done differently.
I was sorry when it came through the door. I didn't know it was him. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, he already dropped it. I smoke checked that.
Police decide it's time to remove the killer from the crime scene.
Is that our suspect? Detective, is that our suspect? That's our suspect. Get him out. Get him out. Rice. Where'd you find him? He had his hands up by that information post.
The police drag the young suspect into the front lawn of the library and hand him off for transport.
I have my unit back over here. Yes.
My pants are falling. Can I pick them up?
Nope, keep your hands where I can see them.
There's a knife in my pocket, man.
Get down on your knees. Get on your knees. What else do we have in your pockets?
I'm not sure. I think that's my charger. Oh, it's pepper.
The shooter is oddly calm in the wake of this incident, but police won't be lulled into a false sense of security. Even with the suspect in handcuffs, they are thorough.
I ain't got nothing, man.
I'm not going to trust you. Got it for a sec?
My wallet.
I need to get a unit to this location and block this street off. Want to take a seat?
The shooter is driven to the police station, but the main concentration of law enforcement is still here at the devastating crime scene.
45. There's some 380 shell casings over here. And then there's another pistol in there.
Officers have found 2 guns at the scene, and as we've seen, they were put to appalling use inside the library. At the station, police identify the young man behind this dreadful mayhem.
So you understand your right to remain silent?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Nathaniel G. Nathaniel G. I go by Nathan.
Do you have an ID on you?
No.
Is it going to be in your wallet?
I don't have an ID.
One can only wonder what drove a teenager 2 years shy of adulthood to commit such a disgusting act of brutality. Nathaniel Jewett will provide some answers, but his twisted reasons are unlikely to provide much comfort.
Let's try not to move around so much, bro. Just for your safety and for mine, okay? I don't want to have to hurt you, bro. I'm not here to interview you, okay? That's not what I'm here for, okay? But I'm pretty sure they would appreciate you talking, okay? If those cuffs on your ankles get too tight, let me know. I'll loosen them if it's going to put your feet to sleep or something like that, okay? You're at the Clovis Police Department. Sir, you're not injured in any way? Do you need to see the medics or anything?
I don't think so. My ears hurt.
Your ears hurt?
I can't hear out of my headphones.
Okay. If you feel that you need to see the medics, I want you to tell me, okay?
Okay. Where are we?
The Clovis Police Department. Are you under the influence of something? Are you under the influence of something?
No.
It's natural that the officer would wonder about Nathaniel's sobriety after answering the same question twice in 5 minutes. But that's far from the strangest thing the young killer will say in police custody.
I have church tonight at 6. Or I could get there at 6. We're installing the soundboard today.
He's fully aware of where he's headed for the evening, but in a fickle attempt at a mind game, Nathaniel tries to downplay the violent act he carried out that morning.
Nobody got hurt, right?
So I don't know all the details that's going on, all right? But I do believe there are wounded people.
Whether Nathaniel really believed at this moment that the only casualty of his shooting spree was his own hearing, we cannot know. What we do know is that even high-ranking law enforcement officials are aghast at the horrors that have visited their town.
So how many injured people? Oh, gosh, multiple. There's blood all over the floor, trails. Okay, shells everywhere.
Hey, gentlemen, Lieutenant Cope, I can hear everything you guys are saying.
The officer is concerned about Nathaniel overhearing the chatter, but it seems the young shooter has more important things on his mind.
Did I have a jacket?
Not when you got with me, you didn't.
Okay. It was a hat. It wasn't a jacket. That's what it was. I had a hat on.
Nathaniel may be somewhat indifferent to the weight of his actions, but it's soon clear that this day has taken an emotional toll not only on the victims, but on the police as well.
Hey, baby girl. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm good, ladies. I'm safe. Okay. Love you girls so much. I'll talk to you about you girls after a bit, but I'm safe. I'm good. Everything's good. Okay? I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay? Love you so much. Okay. Bye-bye.
As for the killer, there are many moments over the next couple of hours that highlight his disturbed mind and his complete lack of remorse for his actions.
Any bruises, any cuts on your face? Was that marker or what?
Yeah, my girlfriend did.
Okay. So that's all marker, it's all right on you? Okay.
She drew on my stomach too.
Okay.
You know?
All right, pick up your shirt.
You work? As a student?
Yes, sir. 10th grade? Teeth didn't work.
Okay.
The police take Nathaniel to the hospital, where he will answer some questions before heading to his ultimate destination, the Juvenile Detention Center. He tells the nurses about his substance abuse issues, which are extensive enough to surprise even the experienced healthcare workers.
Do you drink or smoke?
I drink
How much?
daily.
Do you drink daily?
I do.
Okay, what do you drink?
Trade spots with you, okay?
Like beer, margarita,
3 beers, a couple shots. Tequila.
and do you smoke?
Weed.
Any other drugs?
Xanax, Oxycontin, Hydros,
What do you take those for? You just take those to take them?
recreation.
Oh.
When asked about his mental health, Nathaniel tells them that he's been diagnosed with depression, but recently made the unfortunate decision to quit counseling. In a lawsuit 2 years later, the victims will accuse the psychiatrist who treated Nathaniel of failing to act, despite knowing about his violent mindset and his access to firearms. Minutes after the shooting, Nathaniel's father arrived at home to find his son missing. His absence was cause for concern, but it wasn't until Chris Jewett noticed a unique item in his son's room that his concern turned into alarm.
I went and looked in his room and found a couple more pocket knives and razor blades, and then what really got my attention was there was a $2 bill on his desk, and I have $2 bills in my gun safe, and I was thinking, I just went to go look. It was one of those, I kind of got just that funky feeling, you know. I went to the gun safe and noticed that both my semi-automatic pistols were missing.